Hey guys, it's Ginny Silver. Today I want to talk to you about the time when I could not pay my taxes. So you guys, it's been a rough year this year in 2020 with this pandemic. And I know that many of you are on unemployment. I know that many of you might still not have paid your taxes from last year. And I know that many of you are going to have a hard time this next year paying your taxes. You may have been on unemployment. You may not have been setting aside what you need to. You may be in a bad situation. You may be a business owner that hasn't been planning properly or didn't know how to plan. You might not even know that you're in trouble until it is tax time in April. Well, you guys, I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. I have been in the same situation before. Guys, whether you are a business owner or whether you are simply going through any sort of struggle and you can't pay your income taxes, this video is for you. Or if you just want to hear my story about the time this happened to me. Now, you guys, as a business owner, my very first year in business, I had a very small year. I earned less than $20,000 in income in my side business as a photographer. I was working a full-time job as a teacher still, and I was doing photography on the side. Now, in my second year in business, I left my full-time job to pursue photography full-time. It was in that second year that my business exploded. It boomed, and I was so grateful for all of the business that I received and the clients I was able to get and work with. However, I was severely unprepared for the amount in which I needed to set aside to pay for taxes later. Because I had paid taxes the year before on my business, and it wasn't very much. Now, with my business booming, I did not set aside enough. Now, this was about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, so a little baby Ginny, very young, very new to business, and figuring it out along the way. Now, taxes, financial information for small businesses, specifically creative businesses, is not talked about that much. And I didn't have a whole lot to go on in terms of what to set aside for my business. And I kind of ignored it that second year. I set aside some, but it was not enough. Now, I began to do my taxes, and I was using TurboTax my second year in business. And as I'm entering in all of my business income, I am seeing that amount that I owe rise and rise and rise and rise. And I'm thinking, well, I haven't entered in my expenses yet. I entered in my expenses, and it goes down. However, I still owed about $25,000 in taxes. $25,000. Keep in mind, 9 years ago, I'm 35 now. How old was I then? I don't know. I was probably about 27 years old. 27 years old. And I owed $25,000 in taxes. And I started shaking. I started pacing around the room. I didn't know what to do. I closed my computer and I threw it across the room. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to think about it. I knew that I would have to pay it, and I did not know where it was going to come from. Now, you guys, if you find yourself in the same situation and you have not planned well, you didn't set aside enough, you were taken aback by what you owed, you just didn't know, you still are obligated to pay it. However, putting it off and waiting will make it worse. You will accrue more interest and penalties if you don't address it and don't pay any portion of it than you would if you take action on it. So what action are you able to take if you have a tax bill that you cannot pay? Well, you guys, the IRS can grant you an installment agreement. They will ask you to pay whatever amount you can up front, and then the remaining balance can be put onto an installment agreement. Now, the IRS offers different types of payment plans. There is a short-term agreement and a long-term agreement. The short-term payment plan means that you're going to pay your amount owed in 120 days or less. Only individual taxpayers can apply for a short-term payment plan online. So that means if you're a sole proprietor, yes, you can apply for this. But if you're an LLC or another form of business entity, then no, you cannot apply for this. So you guys, to apply for a short-term payment plan, there is a $0 setup fee. A long-term payment plan means that you will pay the amount owed in more than 120 business days with monthly payments. Applying online, there is a $31 setup fee. And applying by phone, mail, or in person, there is a $107 setup fee. In a low income scenario, you can apply to have these fees waived. These fees apply if you're doing a direct debit option. Now, if you aren't doing a direct debit option and you are applying for a long-term payment plan, making monthly electronic online payments yourself without it being a direct debit, then there's a $149 setup fee if you apply online, and if you apply by phone, there's a $225 setup fee. You guys, if you don't file your taxes or if you don't pay at all, you don't file an installment agreement, you will be paying 0.5% of what you owe in penalties. But if you do file an installment agreement, you will be paying 0.25%. So there's a significant reduction in the amount of penalty that you are required to pay as long as you have an installment agreement approved by the IRS. Okay, you guys, I hope that was helpful. Please click like, subscribe, and you can view the link down below of where you can apply for an installment agreement.